Welcome back to day 3 of the Ms. Learn 20-Day Challenge. I am Jack, coming to you from Los Angeles. If you are listening to this, you have already mastered the introduction. You have conquered small talk. But today, we are going to talk about something you do every single day, your routine. Now tell me if this sounds familiar. In school, when the teacher asked you about your daily life, you probably said, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth. I eat breakfast. I go to school. I come back. Stop. Please stop. This is what I call the robot list. It is grammatically correct, yes, but it is painful to listen to. It sounds like a police report. It has no life, no color, and no rhythm. Today we are going to take your boring daily routine and turn it into a story. We are going to learn how to connect your actions so they flow like a river. We are going to learn the difference between waking up and getting up. We are going to learn how to talk about time like a native speaker. By the end of this audio, you will be able to describe your day in a way that makes people want to listen. So, are you ready to wake up your English? Let's begin. Let's start at the very beginning. The morning. Most students say, I wake up at 7. But native speakers know there are 2 steps to starting the day. Step 1 is to wake up. This is when your eyes open. You are conscious, but you are still in bed. Step 2 is to get up. This is when your feet actually touch the floor. Why is this important? Because for many of us, there is a big gap between waking up and getting up. I wake up at 6:30, but I don't get up until 7. What do I do in that time? I check my phone. I scroll through social media. I stare at the ceiling. So, instead of the robotic, I wake up at 7, try this phrase. I usually wake up around 7, but I don't drag myself out of bed until 7:30. Drag myself out of bed. Can you feel that phrase? It means it is hard. You are tired. You are heavy. It adds emotion to your story. Let's practice. I want you to tell me the time you open your eyes versus the time you actually leave your bed. Use the structure, I wake up at, but I get up at. Ready? Go. Did you hear the difference? You just told a mini story. Now, if you are like me, you probably use an alarm. But do you get up immediately? No. You hit the snooze button. This is a great vocabulary word for daily life. You can say, my alarm goes off at 6, but I hit snooze 3 times. To go off means to start ringing. Listen to the pronunciation. My alarm goes off. Repeat that. Goes off. Connect the S and the O. Goes off. My alarm goes off. Now here is the secret to killing the robot list. The robot list uses I. To fix this, we need sequencers. These are words that glue your sentences together. The 3 most powerful sequencers are once, after that, and then. Let's look at the difference. The robot way is, I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. The native way is, once I'm up, I head straight to the bathroom to brush my teeth. After that, I take a quick shower to wake myself up. Then, I get dressed. Do you hear the flow? Once. After that. Then. Let's analyze the phrase, I head straight to. To head means to go. I head to work. I head home. I head to the kitchen. It sounds much more dynamic than I go. Let's practice using once. The structure is, once I do action 1, I do action 2. Example. Once I finish my coffee, I check my emails. I want you to think of 2 things you do in the morning. Combine them using once. Did you say something like, once I brush my teeth, I wash my face? Perfect. Now let's talk about time. Robots say, I eat breakfast at 8 p.m. Humans say, I eat around 8-ish. Ish is a suffix we add to time to mean approximately. 7-ish means maybe 6:55, maybe 7:05. I'll be there at 5-ish. It makes you sound relaxed. It makes you sound confident. If you give exact times for everything, you sound like a train schedule. I usually leave the house at 8:30-ish. Let's practice. What time do you have lunch? Don't give me the exact minute. Give me the ish time. 1-ish? 2-ish? That's the spirit. Okay, you have left the house. Now you are traveling. We call this the commute. If you drive, don't just say, I drive to work. That is boring. Say, I take the car. Or better yet, I get stuck in traffic. That is real life. If you use public transport, say, I catch the bus. Or, I hop on the train. Hop on is a fun phrasal verb. It sounds light and easy. I hop on the metro. But the most useful phrase for the commute is, it takes me, for example, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to work. Or, it takes me an hour to get to school. This is a grammar structure many students get wrong. They say, I spend 20 minutes to go. No, you must say, it takes me to get to. Let's practice. How long is your commute? Answer using, it takes me. Good. Now combine it with about or around to sound natural. It takes me about 40 minutes. Now you are at work or school. Please, do not say, I do my work. I do my work sounds like a child doing homework. Use these action verbs instead. Number 1. To tackle. The first thing I do is tackle my emails. Tackle means to handle a problem with energy, like in football. Number 2. To focus on. Then I focus on my main projects. Number 3. To attend. I usually attend a few meetings before lunch. And if you are very busy, don't say, I am busy. Say, I am swamped. Like a swamp, the wet land. You are stuck in work. I am swamped today. Or say, I am tied up. I can't talk right now. I'm tied up with a client. Let's do a simulation. Imagine I am your colleague. I come to your desk and ask, hey, are you free for coffee? But you are very busy. I want you to say, I'd love to, but I'm swamped right now. Ready? Hey, coffee break? Did you say, I'm swamped? Or I'm tied up? Excellent. It's lunchtime. I eat lunch is boring. Say I grab a bite. This is native. To grab a bite implies it is quick and casual. Let's grab a bite. I'm just going to grab a sandwich. If you bring food from home, say, I bring a packed lunch. If you go out, say, I usually eat out with colleagues. Quick tip. In English, we rarely say, I take my lunch. We say, I have lunch, or I eat lunch. Now the day is over. You go home. Instead of, I go home, say, I head home. What do you do when you get there? You relax. But relax is a generic word. Here are 3 better options. 1. To unwind. I like to listen to music to unwind. Think of a clock that is wound up tight. You are unwinding it, releasing the tension. 2. To chill out. I just chill out on the sofa. This is very casual. 3. To catch up on. I catch up on my favorite TV shows. This means you missed them before, and now you are watching them. And finally, going to sleep. I sleep is boring. You can say, I go to bed. Or use the idiom, I hit the hay. Or, if you are extremely tired, say, I crash. I was so tired I just crashed. A routine is not the same every day. Sometimes things change. To show this, we use adverbs of frequency. Always. Usually. Often. Sometimes. Hardly ever. Never. Placement is key here. It goes before the main verb. I usually wake up at 7. I rarely eat breakfast. But it goes after the verb to be. I am always tired. Not I always am tired. Let's practice hardly ever. This is a great phrase for things you almost never do. I hardly ever go to the gym. I hardly ever cook dinner. Tell me something you hardly ever do. Now, I am going to put it all together. I am going to describe a full day using everything we learned. Sequencers, phrasal verbs, native time, and adverbs. Listen to the flow. Notice how I don't stop. So, my day usually starts around 6-ish. My alarm goes off, but honestly, I hit snooze at least twice. Once I finally drag myself out of bed, I head straight to the kitchen to make coffee. I can't function without it. After that, I hop in the shower and get ready. It takes me about 30 minutes to get out the door. I usually drive to work, but the traffic in LA is a nightmare, so I listen to podcasts to kill time. Once I get to the office, I tackle my emails first thing. I'm usually swamped until noon. Around 1-ish, I grab a bite with my coworkers, usually just a sandwich or something light. I wrap up work around 6 p.m. and head home. By the time I get back, I'm pretty exhausted, so I just want to unwind. I usually catch up on Netflix or scroll through my phone. I hardly ever stay up late during the week, so I usually crash around 10:30. Did you hear that? Around 6-ish. Once I drag myself out, tackle emails, wrap up work, crash. It wasn't a list, it was a narrative. I used a phrase there, wrap up. I wrap up work around 6. This means to finish. Like wrapping a gift, you are finishing the task. We also use it to finish a meeting or a video. So, let's wrap up this lesson. Today you learned how to escape the robot list. You learned to use once, and after that. You learned to grab a bite and unwind. Here is your homework. I want you to take your phone and record your daily routine. But here is the rule. You cannot use the word then more than once. You must use once, after that, or before. And you must use at least one phrasal verb like get up, head out, or wind down. Listen to yourself. Do you sound natural, or do you sound like a robot? If you sound like a robot, delete it. Do it again. Tomorrow is day 4. Tomorrow we talk about people, family and friends. How to describe your brother who is annoying, or your friend who is funny. We will move from describing actions to describing personalities. I am Jack. This is Ms. Learn. Your life is interesting. Make sure your English is too. See you tomorrow.